All right, so welcome everybody. We are here in Wuxi in China. Admittedly, not a very famous city, but it is a very important city for me anyway, because I used to live and work here for 4 years, from 2018 to 2022, as a high school history teacher at an international school here in Wuxi. And Wuxi, for reference here for Americans here, there's 8 million people here. That makes it bigger than Los Angeles, although you've never heard of it. Bigger than Los Angeles. But proportionally speaking, this is a medium to small city in China. So for American reference, this is more like Boston perhaps, or Portland, or maybe Detroit in terms of size, American speaking. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna take a tour of Wuxi, and also you might be very surprised, all you Westerners, foreigners here, that Wuxi, it's not one of the major cities, the main cities in China, but Wuxi is a very developed city. It's quite developed. And there are many other cities like Wuxi. Cities like this is where most of China's middle class live. Like all these developed cities that nobody's ever heard of, it's basically proving that China can in fact build a very stable, very prosperous society that doesn't exactly look like what the Western model is of running a country. But we're going to take a tour here. We're going to start at this apartment I used to live in, and we'll see other places I used to frequent here in Wuxi. So it's great to have everybody here with us as we go on a tour of Wuxi. All right, so there it is. There's the apartment I used to live in. This is the front of it. Of course, you can tell it's in China, right? You can see a Chinese flag there, and also Chinese characters. By the way, that says Xin'an Road. That's the name of the road this is on here, right there on that rock there. And we're gonna go inside across the road here. This is also, look at this. This is a fairly quiet area by Chinese standards. This is like on the edge of Wuxi here. Also near a lake. Right in through here. Through here. This is what the interior looks like. All right, and here we are. I was on the 8th floor, I'm pretty sure here. Yes, 8th floor. And it seems like they've changed the doors here. Different types of doors. Yes. Not a very spectacular looking place. So this is normal, like inside of a Chinese apartment building. Might be the first time some of you have seen something like this, like a Chinese apartment interior here. Here it is, 822. Yeah, that's where I used to live here. Right there, in that room. I stayed 4 years in that room. Before and during COVID-19, even wrote a book about it. It's on Amazon in case you're curious to know more details. And here we are. This is a nice walking path just outside my apartment, right next to a small lake there. Small lake. Walking space here. And yeah, that's my old apartment over there, right? See? Yeah, they've really done a good job making all these spaces here for people to enjoy. All these parks here. It's really comfortable area, not very exciting, a bit boring, but it's very developed here. As you can see, this is outside the big famous tier 1 cities like Beijing and Shanghai. And as foreigners, we have to understand some things about China, and that China has lots of middle class places like this here that are very well kept. Also safe, very safe, extremely safe here. No crime at all whatsoever. No crime, a very safe place. We go across the bridge here, out to the main road. But I think from here, we're going to go to a mall that's not just far away to show everybody what a mall in China looks like. There's many of them, but we'll go there next. A mall that's not too far away from. All right, so here we are. This is a mall not far from my apartment. This is Wanda Plaza, one of many malls in China. This was built around the time of the COVID-19 pandemic here, very new. And we are inside the mall. This is what a mall in China looks like, in case you're curious. It's one of many malls, though. We don't have many malls left in America, but in China they're building malls all the time. There's Pizza Hut right there. Pizza's very popular in China. And look, there is a robot. Jiqiren, as it's called in Chinese. There's a robot, it seems. Pizza Hut robot that takes people's orders. It's outside the restaurant for some reason. And there's a glasses store, yes. Snacks. There's some snacks. Hello. Hello. Ni hao. Hello. Yes. And there's KFC. KFC, by the way, is very popular in China. That's their most popular fast food restaurant. Easily KFC. Very popular. More so than McDonald's, KFC. They make a ton of money here in China. All right, now we're out on the other side here. You can see there's I think probably see cultural center behind those trees right there, event center, industrial park, science park over there. But I think now we're gonna go to the lakefront here. There's a lake not far from here. Get some good views of Lake Taihu, and that's where we'll go next. Okay, everybody, we're gonna go into this park here. This is Dashigang Wetland Park here, and it's right next to the Lake Taihu, and it's also next to this residential area, which also isn't far from my apartment. It's also very close to the school I used to work at, which they wouldn't let me film, but it's fine though, and residential buildings over there, and we're going to take a walk through this park and see what it's like here. It's Wetland Park. All right, we're in the middle of our walk here on this path, and it's starting to cool off a bit. It's in the middle of October. It's a bit hot, but the weather's supposed to change this week. But this is a very nice path. It's very well kept. Not something I don't think that many people would, I guess foreigners would expect to see outside of a major tier 1 city, but I can assure you, like, there are many like such places like this out of major cities here. It's very well kept. This park, this long walking path here. Good to come out here and just think and relax a bit, which I did a lot when COVID-19 was happening. I didn't have much else to do, but I did come out here and walk a lot and think about things, and that's what I'm doing right now, except I have all of you here with me. There's some music playing. How about that? That's pretty sudden. We'll go through this gate and we'll try to find the nearest subway, the metro, to show everybody there. Yes, there is a metro here. In a medium-sized city in China, a metro here. And we will go to the metro station, the closest one. All right, everybody, we're coming up on a metro station here. I found one here. Metro here in Wuxi. Amidst all this construction, this is Yangming Station here. It's metro. Get on the metro here. It'll take us to the city center, Sanyang Plaza. That's where we'll go. All right, and conveniently the metro is here. I just happened to be here just as I pulled up to walked to the metro station here. We're gonna get on. This is line 1 here. Line 1 in Wuxi. Here it is. Yeah, Wuxi, it has its own metro, and it's a medium-sized city. So lots of American medium-sized cities, they don't even have a metro. So Wuxi, they have hundreds of thousands of people who ride this every day, which is still a lot of people for medium-sized city. As you can see, it's very well kept. It's very clean, very efficient. Doesn't happen quite as frequently as Shanghai, the metro. The metro arrivals and departures here, but it's a lot better than just about any American city, the metro system here. So we'll be at Sanyang Plaza pretty soon here. All right, we're getting off the metro now. We're at Sanyang Plaza. Yes, here we are. We're off the metro here. Still lots of people get on this. Like I said before, this is a medium-sized city, but there's still a lot of people who use this metro here. And yeah, this was also only built in like 14 years. This 14 years. This was not here 14 years ago, but here it is. And yeah, it's just hard to imagine like a medium-sized American city having a metro like this. All right, so here we are. This is the city center of Wuxi. This is Sanyang Plaza, basically the crossroads here, right in the middle of Wuxi. That's the city outside of Beijing or Shanghai. Very prosperous, as you can see here, very busy. Lots of tall buildings here as well. Skyscrapers here even. Flashing advertisements. Just imagine, this is a medium-sized city in China. And there's many, many others like this, ladies and gentlemen. There's many other cities like Wuxi that are medium-sized, 8 million people, many other cities that are bigger than Los Angeles. Just imagine for the moment the scale of China. It's one of the biggest challenges America has, just facing off against the sheer size of China, as you can see here in Wuxi. This is, again, medium-sized city, 8 million people. This is Center 66. Take a look inside for a minute, perhaps while we're here. We went to one mall already, but this is like the mall here in Wuxi, Center 66. Wow, look at all this. Yes, this is not Beijing or Shanghai. This is a medium-sized city in China. Look, we got Gucci, we got Burberry. Ladies and gentlemen, China is definitely not poor outside of Beijing or Shanghai, the tier 1 cities. We got Louis Vuitton, look at that. Cartier. Yes. It's a nice mall here, a nice mall. But yeah, this is the main mall in Wuxi, Center 66. All sorts of places to shop here. Not really that interested, but this is evidence that, again, China is not poor outside the tier 1 cities. Outside of Beijing and Shanghai, there are plenty of other, like, prosperous places. All right, everybody, I'm going to end it here at Center 66 in Wuxi, where I lived from 2018 to 2022. I wrote a book about it. It's on Amazon if you'd like to learn more about it. But this is basically middle-class China. This is a tier 2 city in China, 8 million people. There are many, many other cities like Wuxi in China. And as you can see, Wuxi is a very prosperous city, like many other cities in China. The material conditions are very good here. Great places to shop, like here, Center 66. Also, great infrastructure, metro here. Great parks to visit, great places to live. And China's doing very well for itself, even outside the main cities. It's prospering here. And that's, I think, what's driving sort of like geopolitical tensions between China and the United States, because China has been successful without following the model of how a country is supposed to be run according to America and other Western countries here. But I'm going to stop here. So everybody, thanks again for watching. And if you found this video informative, don't forget to share it. Also, maybe leave a comment. What do you think about China outside the main cities here, like Wuxi? Is it what you thought it would be? Also, don't forget to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see everybody for the next video.